issues is that very, very extremely loud minority of
Mm-hmm.
black women who are not interested in building with black men and being with black men, who are not interested in making sure that black America is strong in the future. They're extremely loud out there. And so they right now are controlling the narratives, and they are
Mm-hmm.
controlling the image of black women. And I do believe that we don't see enough of the good black women. We don't see enough of the positive black women because they are a silent majority. And they, like you say, they're going to have to stand up because, yes, black men are continuing to talk. Black men need to talk. Black men, we need to talk in our safe spaces with other men. We need to talk in public. We need to be able to talk with our women. But the I don't agree that black people and white people need to sit down and have a conversation about race, because white people just need to choose not to be racist. But
I agree with that.
I do think that black men and black women, we got to talk.
We
We
do.
have to have real critical conversations. When you are courting somebody, we need to get back to courting. We need to get back to courting. We need to get back to the point to where we're making sure that we are involving our families in the process of us um, seeing if this person would be marriageable. We need to involve family, loved ones, whoever the the intelligent people that we have in our lives. We do need to start incorporating that more into what we're doing. But it's like really having real conversations, asking real questions, asking the tough questions in that courting process before you get into a relationship, before you have sex, before you decide to get married to somebody. Because what I see from, especially from black men, I see a lot of black men who they they didn't vet the woman properly, or even if they did, they ignored a lot of red
Mm-hmm.
flags because she was fine or she was thick or the sex was good. And then when you get married, now you complaining about the quality of woman that you ignored who she was the whole time. But you married her and she got your kids now.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
You can't get mad at the alligator for being an alligator now.
Yeah,
It
right.
was your job to vet it.
Right.
So we got
Right.
to change that in itself has to change. What's the quality? What's the quality of life you really want? Right. And does that quality of life contribute to the overall upliftment and empowerment and the betterment of Black America?
Right. I think another thing too, um, she talked about lying and no relationship can be built on a foundation of lies. And I think she was talking specifically about men lying. And we from that context, Joe and I talked about it, but we've got to be honest. Everybody has to be honest in this situation, men and women. We've got to be honest with ourselves, with our friends, and truly expect them to hold us accountable.
Right.
Um, and we got to stop big up in foolishness, you
Yes.
know. And even with that, right? Let me say this one thing too. When you, because I agree wholeheartedly with the movement of showing more positive black men and women, but I think we need to show more variety of positive too.
Yes.
Being a black woman with a master's degree and a high paying job,
Ain't the
the,
only image of positive.
right? Like, what about the stay at home mom? That's cool with being a stay at home mom and it's damn happy doing that.
Which
That's a
which is
positive black woman,
which is a very, 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 very important position to have.
right? And but nobody, we don't see that image a whole lot. Well, I can't think of a single time. Well, we've really seen the image of a black stay-at-home mom that was happy being a stay-at-home mom. Um, so what about that image? You know, and even with black men, it's always either the athlete, the thug, or the square. There are a lot of shapes in between those three points that could all be. I mean, I've met some what you would call good thugs. They not thugs. They dress in a way that you would think they are thug, but they solid dudes. They just dress how they dress. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So what about those people? So I think we need to show the full gamut of
The
what it
everyday,
means.
the everyday black
Everyday
person.
positive black people, because right now everybody's telling black women period, um you got time to start a family in America anyways. uh go get your career in order, go get this in order. What about the young lady that don't want all of that? All she want to do is have kids, but we telling her
And
that
be a
that's a
mother,
wrong thing
be
to
a
do.
wife, right? Which is not
So
wrong.
there's nothing
Like,
wrong with that.
like we women need to be. We need wives and mothers. So now I would say this: we have to be intentional about self-actualization. We have to be intentional about being a strong nation. And being intentional in that is going to translate to you being intentional in how you just carry yourself in your everyday life, which is also going to translate in you being intentional in how you relate to people, especially romantically. So you're going to be intentional about what you're doing with that young lady or that young man. So you're going to choose your, which means you're going to choose the best partner for you, and you all are going to be adults, and once again use the word again, be intentional about how you go about relating to each other and what you are honestly and realistically building. What's your end goal as a group, as a couple? What's your goal as a couple? And your goal as a couple, how does that goal as a couple translate or even help our overall goal as black people in America? Are y'all just on your own thing in the silo, or are you all relating to each other as two healthy adults, as healthy as possible, to be able to contribute to the upliftment? Because like we said before, how you all conduct yourself and act in your household does affect everybody else around you.
Mm-hmm.
It does affect everybody else around you. So
Mm-hmm.
the young lady or the young man that you're with, are y'all just out here just messing around? Are y'all trying to build something seriously? Because we're at this point to where we have to be building something seriously. We have to have real relationships. We have to have real intentional relationships. We have to redefine and reconfigure how we exist. That's like me and you have been doing, especially with the groups of young men that we've been able to come across and be able to teach. I'm so adamant about young men by having penis control, about not
Yeah,
just going around here just knocking everything down. Just get
absolutely.
you get you a good woman and settle down. I'm so adamant about it because I wasn't taught it. I wasn't taught it, and I saw what it did to me, and I had to change my perception. I had to change everything of how I saw the world and I saw women. Like I was seeing women through the same eyes, and I was seeing myself in the world through the same eyes as everybody else who had that low individual, that low collective self-esteem. I had to have a whole reconfiguring of my whole mindset so I can first of all love myself
Mm-hmm.
adequately. And once I was able to love myself adequately, now I have something to give somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm so serious about family. I'm so serious about uh having a wife and having a good wife with me, and she holding me down and I'm holding her down, and we doing our thing. And out of this union, we're able to help so many other people. That's what I'm adamant about. Like the young lady I'm talking to, we talk about it all the time. We talk about it all the time. And the conversation we was having a couple of days ago, she understands that my intention and my thing is about it's my overall goal is black people being better. And so I'm saying it like this, and I didn't say it like this, and she don't get it like this, but it's like I know his goal has nothing to do with me, so I'm gonna either be down with it or not. Because at the end of the day, he gonna be down with whoever is the best person for him to be down with that help contribute to this goal. And so she down with me, so we ride and we intentional about our shit. And I think everybody needs to be like that. Don't be like me. Be the best like you. Be the best version of you, but be intentional about what you build, and we can get somewhere.